everyone, and thank you for coming and for joining us today at our City Hall dedication and ribbon cutting celebration. This is a very exciting day for us at the city, and it's really a moment of tremendous pride for all of us. And we're really delighted that we can share in this with all of you and our community. By the way, my name is Scott Archer. I'm the Community Services Director for the city. Before I turn over the main portion of our program to Mayor Norris in just a moment, I'd like to make some important acknowledgments of some of the people that were very significant in helping us to realize the goal of opening this new City Hall today. A project of this magnitude requires a tremendous amount of leadership and support, expertise, cooperation, and hard work. And so I really want to just make some important acknowledgments real quickly, if you'll bear with me. First and foremost, I'd like to thank all of the following for your leadership and your support of the project. Mayor Alice Norris and our City Commissioner, our Oregon City Commission, which include Daphne West, and if you're here, I don't think Daphne is here. Doug Neely, I know Doug is here today. Rocky Smith and James Nasita. I would also like to thank and acknowledge Chair Don Slack of our Urban Renewal Commission and the rest of our Urban Renewal Commission members. And if you're here today, maybe just kind of raise your hand or something. Rob Crocker, is Rob here? Nancy Walters, Brian Shaw, and Graham Peterson. I saw Graham just walk in. And again, Mayor Norris and the City Commission, who also make up the rest of our Urban Renewal Commission. I'd like to thank our City Manager, Larry Patterson, for his excellent leadership and vision. Frankly, without that, this project wouldn't have come to fruition. Denise Kai, our Assistant Parks and Recreation Director, for her outstanding dedication and commitment in helping me co-manage this project while still juggling all of the duties of her regular job. This was something that came along as a sort of a, oh, by the way, we need to do this. So a lot of extra work. Not only does Denise have excellent knowledge of building trades, she also has a great attention to detail, which proved invaluable in this project. And talk about a gal who is more than willing and not afraid to lace up her work boots, roll up her sleeves, and jump in. There were days where I thought that she was one of the contractors. So thank you, Denise. I'd like to thank all of the city staff in the building and planning departments. I'd like to thank Nancy Crushauer and her staff. I'd like to thank David Knoll and Ed Welch. David and Ed in here right now. They're somewhere back there. For their expertise in coordinating our technology needs, including a significant upgrade to our computers and our phone systems. There's a lot of technology improvements in this building, and those two were behind that. I'd like to thank all of our City Hall staff for putting up with and pulling together all of this, what was kind of chaotic and exciting at the same time, this transition of moving and enduring all the inconveniences during that time, while frankly minimally impacting our public services. It was almost seamless. We had one day where we closed just to move in, and we were open the next day. So great job to all of our folks that were involved in that. To Chief Mike Conrad and the Oregon City Police Department, thank you for all your teamwork and cooperation during the process of our facility move and letting us do that. And Mike, I look forward to attending your dedication of a new police department, hopefully in the very near future.
You're all invited.
Nancy Ide, our city recorder, for her forward-looking vision and her work in coordinating our Granicus system, our paperless agenda system. We've got some very progressive technology here that we've installed, and Nancy Ide was behind a lot of that push to do that. We had a large team of folks that were involved in actually getting this place built, and for all those folks that put the project together, I'd like to acknowledge Matt Newstrom and Crescent Partners staff for their project management. Matt here yet? Matt's way back there somewhere. Matt was very involved in helping us manage the project and direct our lead certification process, which is still ongoing. Matt, thanks for keeping the details together, keeping us on task, keeping us on time and keeping us under budget. Great job with everything, Matt. To our architects, LRS Architects, what a great group. And I know they're here. If you give a wave, Paul Boundy, Christine Deutsch, where's Christine? And Peter Dixon. Is Peter here? All I can say is, wow, what a great job they did. This project took a lot of creativity and vision to analyze this existing building and really pull it together to suit our needs. Working with an existing and an older building especially creates a lot of challenges in the design process, and didn't it turn out fantastic?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
And to our contractor, Team Construction, Brian Wells. Brian, if you'd give a little hand wave. Bob Waltz, you know Bob's right there. And James Thomas, can't miss James, tallest guy in the room. And also the numerous subcontractors that worked with Team Construction. I can just say that in my professional career, I've worked on a number of projects. I can honestly say Team Construction is one of the best, if not the best, contractor that I have ever personally worked with. So great job, guys. Thank you. I'd like to acknowledge and thank Mike Neely of May Technologies for the design and installation of our audio-visual systems throughout the building. Again, we've got some cutting-edge technology that we did here, and especially here in this commission chambers room, and they did a great job. I'd like to thank Gary Emmons of Emmons Enterprises, Dylan Martin of Security Signs, Stephanie Stonewall of Pacific Office Furnishings. I know you're here, Stephanie, somewhere. There you are. And I'd like to thank Cheryl Snow and all of the staff at the Clackamas County Arts Alliance for our public art program that was just recently installed in the public areas here. So I hope you'll be able to take a look and enjoy that. Just wrapping up, in addition to those thank yous, there are lots of folks that were involved that I didn't mention. Frankly, just too numerous to mention everybody who are part of this project. And so thank you to everyone. Got a couple of extra final thank yous that I need to throw in. First of all, Terry Bankhead in our city manager's office for putting together today's event. Really great job. Terry, are you in the room here? I can't see. Too many faces. She's back in the back. And then finally, I know a couple of these two are here. I'd be remiss if I didn't give a very special thanks to Karen Morey and to Harriet Schul for finding the building for the city, and they know what
You're getting a finder's fee.
we're working on that. So again, thank you to everyone, and at this point, I will turn the program over to our Honorable Mayor Norris.
It is. I feel like it's birthday, Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's all wrapped up together. Welcome to our new City Hall. We are very proud of it. It's beautiful, it's green, it's in a great location, it's efficient, secure, and greatly improves the service to our citizens, which is really our bottom line. There are so many partners here in the room. Scott mentioned a bunch of them, but we also have a quorum of the Clackamas County Commission that I'd like to welcome here because we do an awful lot of business with Clackamas County. We have Commissioner Ann Leiniger here in the front. We have Commissioner Bob Austin over there. And next to him, Commissioner Jim Bernard. And so I'm very excited to show off this building. So what I'm going to do first is take you on a virtual tour through the power of your imagination. Please, let's begin outside. Notice that we have recycled an existing building. It was cost effective and met our sustainability goal. We insisted that it be LEED certified. That's Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. And it will be our first city-owned building to be so certified that will display that coveted designation by the U.S. Green Building Council. During the remodel, we diverted nearly 37 tons of construction debris from the landfill, or that equals 3 garbage trucks full of waste. And notice the preferred parking for hybrid carpool owners. I happen to be one of them, so I like that. But, and then I caution you, don't step in the bioswale, because I have kind of had debris up to my ankles. That's really for stormwater runoff in the parking lot, not for you to walk in. And if you look over there, you'll see that you can pay your utility bills and drop off your ballots but in our drive without leaving your car. We now have a drive-through drop box for that, so improved community service. Now, come on into the lobby. This city hall, as you can see, will consume 26% less energy, have 13% lower maintenance costs, and 33% less greenhouse gases than the standard office building. So this building is healthy for our employees and visitors alike. And because of the paint and interior finishes, those were selected to reduce air pollutants and improve air quality. All of our wall coverings are made of recycled content. The carpeting is Eco Solution Nylon, which is recycled material. And you'll see this laid in squares, so if you happen to mess up one, we can pull up that square without replacing the whole room. Now you notice our bulletin boards are made of linoleum with linseed oil, which is a natural material. And we have a very cool information center there in the lobby with announcements and an information desk, but also you'll notice a flat screen TV that can recycle programs or it can recycle dates. And you can also, if this room happens to be full or you're just not interested in coming in here, you can watch our meetings live out in the lobby. Through a cooperative, and Scott mentioned our agreement with the Clackamas County Arts Alliance to display local artists with local themes on our walls. But I want to point out two particular paintings. All these paintings are the artwork is all on sale, and it will rotate every 4 months. But I want you to be aware that we have a link today between the old and the new. Dr. Rudy Stevens, who used to be a surgeon that saw patients in this building, has two paintings out in the lobby. So it's kind of a link between the old and the new, when this was the McLean Medical Clinic. Now, welcome to our new City Council chambers. This is where we do our work, but it was also designed to be a multi-purpose room for training and also a public space. Some of you can't see these, but guess what these countertops are made of? Sunflower seed hulls. A great recycled material. The wood ceiling here and in the reception areas, and most of the trim and finished wood throughout is made of hemlock, grown in Oregon and manufactured in Springfield, Oregon. And can you hear me well?
Yeah.
That is a change from the old place. We're very pleased with our new technology. The Granicus system allows us to go to the paperless agendas that Scott mentioned and meeting management. We have built-in touch screen monitors on the dais behind me that permit us to view meeting materials, the lineup of speakers, and the agendas. And we now video stream the majority of our public meetings. And did I mention our greatly improved sound system? You know, it's just great that you can actually now hear the words of wisdom that we utter at each city council. Now, I know this is a little bit unusual, but I want you to follow me to the bathrooms. And on the way, notice the lighting. We've attained a 25% reduction in lighting power, and 75% of our staff here have access to natural light. We're using fluorescent light bulbs and task lights for employees versus overhead lights. When we have overhead lights, they are controlled by daylight and occupancy sensors so that the automatic turnoffs when those aren't needed. Now I know it's unusual again, but you have to come into the bathroom with me. We have some more green things in there. We have dual flush toilets and, no, not mold. I mean that kind of green. Low flow faucets permit us to reduce the water use by 39%, saving 100 gallons of water every day we work here. Don't forget to try our new high-powered paperless hand dryers. Although they sound like they might remove your watch and your rings, they are very efficient and green, and one of the real talking points about the City Hall. Now, come with me and we're going to check out the meeting rooms, which were almost non-existent in the old City Hall. But now they have good technology for presentations and for training. Notice the professional workspaces as you walk through, the areas where staff can actually spread out large maps and large papers. Notice the bike storage lockers and a shower to encourage employees to bike to work. And you'll notice on the door signs for finance, city manager and administration, public works, human resources, GIS and information technologies, and community services. You will not see any signs for police, municipal court, or code enforcement and parking. Those services will remain at the old facility, where, as Scott said, we hope someday to be doing the groundbreaking on a severely needed modern police station in the very near future. This is a very special building, 14,300 square feet on 3 floors, purchased and renovated for $5.4 million, a very conservative figure, and we've compared that with other comparable spaces. This was a very critical facility need for our city. Mission accomplished. What do you think? Beautiful and functional and green. I can't think of 3 better things. And again, to keep the links between the old and the new, I have 3 objects up here which you're welcome to come and look at after we adjourn here and do the ribbon cutting. The first one, again, linking the old and the new, because we don't abandon the old by coming to a building even though it is recycled. This is the original charter from Oregon City, and this is published in 1880. So come up and take a little look at that. It talks about the 7 councilmen, and the city, as is today, was run by the city recorder. This I introduced, this was found actually during a clean out of the old city hall, and this is a very cool treasure. It was used at the dedication of the Arch Bridge in, what year did we say, 1922, thank you, yes, I forgot. And it consists of 10 different kinds of wood. It was made, it was commissioned by the Oregon Historical Society. Each of them have a symbol, and it was given to the city of Oregon City. So this treasure, again, has to link the old and the new. So please come up and see it, it's awesome. And then, this isn't as old, but it's also a treasure and links the old and the new. This was given to us for me to use during my term by Jim Hall, a local artist, wood artisan. And this is wood from the Abernathy elm tree that had to be felled down by the Rivershore Hotel on our waterfront. And when we dedicate our new city hall, there will be a replacement tree or trees planted in the area. But this is a link again between that historic tree and the old and the new again. So with that, I'm a very proud mayor today, and I will turn the remarks over to another very proud servant of Oregon City, and that is Don Slack, head of our urban village.
This new facility is a great place for city staff and citizen volunteers to conduct our city business. But what other benefits do we see as for our city hall? And I'm looking at this from an urban renewal perspective, since that's the position that I hold. And I see this remodeled building as an enhancement to the Urban Renewal Commission's economic development goals and the city's economic goals in other areas of the city. Consider this, when you go to a job interview, it is important for you to present your most favorable image. That first impression with possible new employers often critical to move you to the next step in the process of obtaining employment. Likewise, when potential investors visit our city, leaders or our staff for the purpose of investigating potential economic development projects either in our urban renewal district or other parts of our city, that first impression of our city can be critical to a continuing dialogue. This facility represents that positive and professional first impression. This facility presents, now we have a city hall we can be proud of. A city hall that exemplifies the professionalism, friendliness, and positive approach of our city staff. Finally, this building was remodeled to LEED standards and will be the benchmark for future projects as we look forward to revitalizing the 7th Street corridor and our historic downtown. So anyway, I'm just proud to be here today and be a part of this celebration. And at this time, I want to introduce our city manager.
He's here.
Larry Patterson.
First of all, good evening and thanks for coming. I have the honor of kind of giving you kind of the next steps of what's going to happen this evening. But before I do that, I do have to recognize 2 individuals. First of all, a building like this cannot be built unless you have some folks really willing to step forth and do a job, and we had two of the finest. I'm going to call up Scott Archer and Denise Kai. Let me say, to do this, people have to have a very solid foundation, because buildings like this sometimes have criticism, and they can't quake in the face of that. We had two of the strongest, and let me just kind of take a little side and tell you a little bit about these two folks that went through this. First of all, Scott Archer, and many of you may not know this, and it's the first time I think it's ever happened that I know of. When we hired Scott, I hired one of the biggest bulldogs in the state to do the background checks. He stopped halfway through and called me and said, this guy is either a Chicago Mafia guy that's got everyone scared, or he's the nicest man in the world. He could not find anyone to say anything bad about him. And I think after working with him, we've truly found out Scott is a gentleman, and I think that's the reason those backgrounds came back that way. Now, Tammy, you don't have to say it. And to make a team really good, you got to have somebody that can really kick you know what and take names. And Denise Kai, you want to put on the job if you have something to do. And I'll tell you a little secret. When we were doing this building, she was so sick. There are days I was wondering if this lady was going to die before this was over. And she was out here. She was on top of this building. She's out in the weather. I mean, you name it. She has crawled through every crawl space in this building and putting it together. And even today, she's running around with this pneumatic screw thing she's got, putting stuff up and putting places back. So these two folks have done very good, and we do have a little gift for them. We had to have something that's strong enough. This may weigh more than a Heisman Trophy. I'm going to read this. If you two will come forward, have one for each of you. And what it says is, this is Scott Archer and Denise Kai. This is the City Hall purchase and renovation, December 18th, 2009, in appreciation for your leadership and dedication in the building of the new City Hall. It's getting heavy, I'm breathing harder. And the quote's on here from Harry Truman. The reason I like Harry, because he talks a lot like me. Men and women who were successful, were those who did the jobs they had in hand with everything they had of energy and enthusiasm and hard work. So Scott.
Thank you.
Well, these actually, there's been a lot of question about this building and whether it would withstand an earthquake. This is the foundation this building is built on. It is going nowhere. The only way this building will fall down is if the whole rock granite face of Oregon City splits and it falls over and falls in the river, and I don't think that's going to happen. That's one of those things you take to the office, put down, and leave. Okay, now what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to cut the ribbon, and then we do have some tour guides if you want to take a tour.
We hereby dedicate this building to the citizens of Oregon City. Long may good decisions and justice prevail. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, wow.
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Very nice.